Good morning. This is Jeffrey Mangus with Ghostwriting USA. Hope everyone's having a wonderful, wonderful day. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Today's January the 25th, episode 4 of my uh, Ghostwriting USA podcast, series 3. And I'm very excited today about how everything is going, how the exciting book projects are coming in, and learning so much about authors around the country and even in the world. Um, it it's just amazing that even though amidst of all this turmoil and time that people are still loving writing books and loving getting their information out in the world. And that's exactly, my my niche, my forte. I love to help people see their dreams become a reality, whether it's books or just helping people. It's in my nature to do that, and ghostwriting allows me to do everything that I love to do, all wrapped up in one. And I want to take some time to thank everyone who has subscribed to the channel, every one of you that are supporting me in my endeavor business. I really appreciate, really thank you for being there, and thank you for your continuous support of what I'm doing. Today, I want to talk about my whole show. If you haven't tuned in before, but my whole show and video channel and podcast is geared toward helping authors find the right ghostwriter for their book, because I understand that I am not the perfect ghostwriter for every author out there in the world, and vice versa. Um, I don't work with everyone. It's just sometimes it has to be a good fit. Actually, not sometimes, but it must be a good fit when you're working with a ghostwriter, and the ghostwriter must have a good fit working with you as an author, because we all have different personalities, but those personalities must mesh to a certain degree um, to make a successful project happen. Because you're going to be working together for quite a while. We either most books take 3 months, um, and that's for shorter books. Even longer books take even longer, 6 months to even to a year. I personally worked 2 years with an author on his book. So during that time, um, we got to know each other, and but we got along well. We understood each other. And every author that I've ever worked with, and I've written 16 books to this date. Very proud of that. I've had award-winning, best-selling books out in the world, so I'm very excited about that and very proud of that. But every one of them, we got along well. We worked together really well, and I think one of the major um, reasons that I get along so well with my authors is I'm very upfront about the process, and I'm very upfront about the expectations and what what we're both going to see during the process. Um, I love making sure that my authors understand what's going on, what they're expected to do, and what they're expected to see, especially with first drafts and revisions. I'm very upfront about what's going to happen, so there's no surprises. And I think when someone's not surprised and they understand the process, and it helps everything go smoother. And it's worked out, excuse me, up to this point. But today's topic, since my show is geared around finding the perfect ghostwriter, and and I will say that at the end of the show, if you do want to talk to me about writing your book, I would love to talk to you about that. Maybe I could be a good fit for you. So I will give information on how to contact me directly. I don't use any bots. I don't use any virtual assistants. It's me. When you email me, I will answer your question. I will get back to you. If you schedule with me, you're talking with me. So I'm really adamant about that as well. But today's topic is the six most powerful aspects of hiring a ghostwriter. And when I started this whole thing, my podcast, my blog, my video, I set out to be open and honest and not beat around the bush and give clear and open insight into writing a book with a ghostwriter. And in the past, I've gone through the process and of the benefits of hiring a ghostwriter. But today, I am going to talk about the six most powerful reasons in hiring a ghostwriter that and what hiring a professional ghostwriter can do for you and to get your book completed. Um, and as you're here and as you get to know me, everyone knows that my goal is to help every author, aspiring author, write their book and and have them and help them through the process understand their target audience, their target reader, and also the target reason that they're writing their book, their goal. Um, Writing a book is exactly like building a business. You are building a business, you're creating inventory for yourself, you're going to try to sell your book, your publisher is going to try to sell your book, but you have to work in tandem. Uh, you have to have a plan, and your book is set, once it's created, once it's written, it's now a tangible object that you can sell, and you want to sell and get it into as many readers' hands as possible. Um, but there are situations, everyone uh has situations that could hold them back, and every one of us has different situations in our lives that can prevent the book from even happening. I mean, maybe you're thinking you're here, gosh, I can't do it because it's work, or it's my business, or I don't have time because of my family, or even school. Maybe you're a young author and you have college, or you have things in your way that you just can't sit down and get in front of that keyboard, or a notepad and pen, however you prefer to write. You just can't seem to get there. But these kind of delays, these things in our lives, can, as we know, can take over our lives, and it leads us to basically never getting around to writing the book or actually doing it. Many people say, "Hey, I'm going to write a book," but how many people actually get around to doing it? Uh, the percentages are very low. Even though there's millions of books out there and authors around the world, but if everyone wrote a book that said they were going to write a book, then the world would be filled up even more with books. Um, but I understand my job as a ghostwriter is more than putting words on paper. My job is to help you as the author throughout every step of the book, and also how to get your book into the world through helping you publish it, helping you know the process of publishing it. It's really, really important, and that's a part of my service. That and a good ghostwriter out there should help you through the process and understand what you're going through, and not just leave you high and dry, hand you a manuscript, and say, "See you, thanks a lot, and have a great life." That's not how I operate, and most professionals do not operate that way. So if you run into someone like that, then steer clear. But um, but back to the topic, I mean, let's face it. There's life in general can prevent us from moving forward with writing a book or doing anything that we intend to do. I mean, life can get in the way. Um, but uh, if you are here and you are dead serious about writing a book, but you know that you just don't have the time or the skills or the know-how to write a professional sellable manuscript, then hiring a ghostwriter is the answer. So let's talk about the six most powerful things, that reasons to hire a ghostwriter. Ghostwriting sounds like a simple theory, and it is. But there are many people, and I'm going to touch upon the ethical aspect of hiring a ghostwriter here. There are some people are skeptical about hiring someone else to write their book, um, and many people are even protective of their personal ideas and their stories and their special skills. But ghostwriters throughout history and around the world help as many authors as they can to get their books out in the world. Um, like I said, I've written 16 books to date, and I've written multiple ebooks. I've written hundreds of blogs from around the world, websites I've written around the world, but no one knows it was me. I was the ghostwriter. And one thing about it, no one's ever really complained and said, I regret you writing my book or having my book on the market. No one's ever said that. No one has ever said, I really wish you weren't involved. That's not the case. But there's a stigma about hiring a ghostwriter on the ethical side, thinking that, hey, it's my book, I should write my book. I shouldn't have someone else do it. But it's just like anything else, and I talk about this all the time. It's just like if you cannot fix your car, if there's something wrong with your automobile and you need it fixed, you go to a professional who knows how to fix it. It's the same thing with a ghostwriter. We're here to fix your book. We're here to get your story out, and because you can't. And there's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I can't do it. But that reason should not be a way to procrastinate and put your book on the back burner. You need to move forward and find a ghostwriter that you are comfortable with working with, and then go for it and write your book and have them do it. But the six most powerful reasons and essential factors of writing a book with a ghostwriter, and there's many advantages and there's many benefits, but here's six major ones that I want to talk about. The first one is it will save you an immense amount of time. Hiring a ghostwriter allows you to keep working on your business and managing your life. It's that simple. It allows you to keep going and doing what you're doing. Having a book written by a ghostwriter affords you the time to keep making money and keep doing the things in order, and keep things in your life in order, while someone else, the ghostwriter, is doing the work for you, writing your book. It frees you up. Um, Ghostwriters stay behind the scenes, just like I do. I stay behind the scenes. When an author hires me, I will do the work. I do not need someone to beat me over the head to do it. I get the work done, and the author and the writer can relax and know that the work's being done. So ghostwriters stay behind the scenes, and they're the ones, they tell your unique story, saving your time and saving you from sitting down in front of a keyboard or having to spend months or even years writing your book. Saves amount of Number one powerful reason, saves you immense amount of time. Reason number two is you will get a sellable and professional manuscript. Hiring a ghostwriter, as I just talked about, you can get your words out of your head and in the end have them write it and create a polished professional manuscript that everyone in the world and you and your family can be proud of. The one thing about writing a book, and I talk about it all the time with my wife, is that writing a book is forever. It's a forever thing. It is a tangible object that will last for a long, long time. Words on paper last forever, and you want to leave your word legacy to your family, to your friends, to the readers you hope to have your book. So getting a professional manuscript written with a professional ghostwriter allows your word legacy to be born, to be out there. It's out there. It's be present. Um, I mean, a ghostwriter will give you a professional quality manuscript that will sell and last a lifetime, and it should. So, reason number two, you will get a sellable professional manuscript. You won't waste time sitting down and spending months on your own if you don't know how to write or have the skills to write a professional manuscript, and you waste a lot of time, and then you causes frustration, and then you end up getting discouraged and the book never gets published or written. So reason number two, get a sellable professional manuscript by hiring a ghostwriter. It's a great reason. Reason number three, you can generate more books. If you are an author, and even though you don't have the time or the skills, but you can still call yourself an author. You're writing a book and you're getting the information out of your head. So, but there's many authors out there that make a living writing their books and having more books on the market and having series and different genres, whether it's nonfiction or fiction. They create this stable of books, out there working for them, creating income. So by using a ghostwriter to write your book, you generate more books. I mean, this allows you to get a book written, and then while you're having that book written, plan other books that you can write after the first book is complete. I have one author who not only during his first book, he generated two other book ideas, and we wrote those two books in in a series after that. So it was something that um, worked for him and worked for me, and plus we had a good rhythm. We were working together, so the first book went smooth. So the second books, two and three, went really smooth as well. And his goal was to generate more books and have them on the market. So generating more books, having someone writing your books while you're thinking about concepts and ideas for other books, um, is a great reason to hire a reliable ghostwriter. Um, that way you can plan each book, you can plan your budget for each book, um, and as each book is getting being written, you can create a marketing plan for each book. But while the book is being written, it allows you gives you time to do that and to plan for the next book and have your ghostwriter write the book. And that way you can keep books on the market, keep it flowing, and it keeps working for you. It's a great reason to hire a ghostwriter. Reason number four, and one of the best reasons, and probably the most reason, the major reason that people hire a ghostwriter to write a book is to generate extra income or revenue for themselves. I mean, this premise is simple. The more books you have, the more income you can generate. So by hiring someone to write your book, it allows you to write more books, and you can produce, you know, a significant residual income for yourself if you do the correct marketing and the correct promotion for a book. Plus, we talked about in the past, have if you know your defined target reader in your audience, you're going to target those people, and it's like shooting a gun at a target. If you're just scatter shooting it, you're not going to hit it. You're going to hit everything. But if you've got it dialed in, you got it scoped in, you know exactly who you're going after, chances are you're going to hit that target. And the same thing with a book. When you do that, you generate money, you generate income. There's residual income coming in. You can use it to help your business or help your family. But hiring a ghostwriter allows you to create more books than you can do on your own, and and be able to generate this kind of income. I mean, this income could support your business, even during the slower months when things are slow. Plus, uh, getting more books out there gets your name out there. It's really great, and that leads me into reason number five is to build your brand. Hiring a ghostwriter allows you to write a book or an ebook, and it's going to build your name and brand and increase your name recognition and skyrocket your sales and dramatically increase your business. There it is. That is one of the major reasons to hire a ghostwriter. I mean, a book is an essential tool, to shine a light on you and your skills and your services. And the best part is hiring a ghostwriter, you can do that. And they do it all behind the scenes while you're maintaining your life and your business. This having a book out there you can use in back of the room sales. When you're if you do speaking events, you can do it as giveaways for your business, or you can use it as a business and promote yourself and your goals and your motivations, or whatever you intend to do with a book in your life. It will help you build your brand and get your name out there. It's a great calling card or a business card, I call it. Many business authors that I've written for, they use it as basically a book as a business card, a business card. I mean, what better way to impress a client than having a book instead of just a business card or a pamphlet? Or, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with pamphlets or anything, but I'm just saying that it's more impressive when you hand somebody a book than just a business card. So it's a great way to do it. Reason number five is to build your brand. Number six, the reason number six, and the last powerful reason to hire a ghostwriter is to write a book, is to have notoriety and prestige in your life. Writing a book, as you know, and is a monumental event in any new author's life. It's something that you know Again, most people say they will do, yet they never get around to doing it. But you, by hiring a ghostwriter, and can get this task out of your life and off your bucket list, and then you can sit back once it's written, once it's out in the world, bask in the rewards of it. The notoriety and prestige that comes from writing a book is all yours after that. It's all yours to enjoy. And the perfect part is the work, the words and the work, and the book is yours. And a ghostwriter has gotten paid, so that it's all the credit goes to you and not them. Um, and the ghostwriter has done it under the radar, and the world didn't even know that there was someone involved unless you acknowledge them on your cover or inside the manuscript. But ultimately, the world doesn't care. All the world cares about what the information is in the book. And if you solve people's problems, if you help them, if you entertain them, or if you educate them, then notoriety and prestige will come your way. Um, and I'll go back to this too. There's no shame in hiring a ghostwriter and doing all these things. I mean, you need to get your book out in the world, and it's perfectly acceptable if you don't have the skills or the time or the know-how to write a book. There's nothing wrong with that. There's no shame. So do your best and search around for the perfect ghostwriter to get your book done, and then take advantage of all the 6 reasons I just pointed out here, and take advantage of the freedoms, being able to express yourself openly to the world through your words. Trust me, you will not regret it. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Ghostwriting USA podcast video channel. I really appreciate everything that you guys are doing for me and supporting me. If you have a book idea and would like to run it by me, if you'd like to talk about it, I offer free Kickstart book reviews. I'd love to talk to you about it. There's no obligation. You can contact me at ghostwriterusa and the number one at gmail.com. Or you can visit my website at ghostwritingusa.com. There you can contact me or schedule a meeting, and I'd love to learn how I can help you write with your book idea. Again, this is Jeffrey Mangus with Ghostwriting USA podcast and video channel. Thank you so much, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Take care.